Okay, question 5. Question 5 is a horrible, no good, poorly written question. Sometimes on tests, like the one you're going to take, you have to deal with horrible, no good, poorly written questions. You can't avoid them, you just got to do your best, so let's just do our best on this one. Gary bought 3.5-pound bag of cat food every 3 weeks. Good for Gary. That's a happy cat. Gary feeds his cat the same amount of food each day. Which expression can Gary use to determine the number of pounds of cat food his cat eats each year? And 1 year equals 52 weeks. Alright, so instead of actually getting a number, we need to get an expression. Which is okay. We'd be good at doing that, but you'll see as we go through that the actual answers are written in a weird way. But let's do it. We have pounds per weeks, right? And we have, I'm going to set up a proportion. We have 3.5 pounds, because it says 3.5 pounds for every 3 weeks, so 3.5 pounds per 3 weeks. And another way of writing 3.5, we have 3 wholes and then a half, is we do the multiplication through. 2 times 3 is 6. Multiplication through, then we add, and we get 7 over 2, right? Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 halves. 3 and 1 half is equal to 7 halves. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. We have 7 halves. So we have 7 halves pounds per 3 weeks. How much do we need for 52 weeks? And if you had a calculator, you could turn this into 3.5 and turn this into 3.5, multiply it by 52, divide by 3, get a number and do that same thing for all of these and figure out which one's right. And that's a good way to check your answer. But let's do it as the problem sets it up for us, how the problem writer wants us to do it, whoever that person might be. So we have this and we're looking for how many pounds do we get for 52 weeks, right? Because that's how many pounds per year. How many pounds do we get for 52 weeks? And we cross multiply. 7 over 2 times 52 divided by 3. Okay, and we look at our answers, and that should be an answer. That 7 over 2 times 52 divided by 3 should be an answer. And we don't see it exactly in that form. So let's kind of turn it into the form they're looking for. But then this is where the problem gets, I think, kind of goes off the rails and is just poorly written. What the problem writer wants us to recognize is 7 over 2 times 52 is the same as times 52. Ooh, that became 53 all of a sudden. Let's just keep it 52. Okay, 7 over 2 times 52 is the same as times 52 over 1. And divided by 3 is like divided by 3 over 1. And if we keep this whole thing here, flip, that becomes 7 over 2 times 52 over 1 times 1/3. We have 7 over 2 times 52 over 1 times 1/3. And if we just go through the trouble of keeping 7 over 2 by itself, and we use the commutative property of multiplication, it doesn't matter what order we multiply in, and we just multiply these two together, we have 52 over 3. So we have 7 over 2 times 52 over 3, and that will give us our answer, right? Because that's good legal math. We turn divided by 3 into multiplied by 1/3. That's good legal math. Divided by 3, keep change flip, equals multiplying by 1/3. That's totally good legal math. Divided by 3 equals multiplying by 1/3. And if we do that, and we forget about the first, fraction, we only do the second 2 fractions in the 3 fraction set, we get 7 over half times 52 over 3, which is indeed one of our, answers. Again, I don't like it, but it is the right answer there. So your answer is going to be A.